If you're over 50 and broke, if you're over 50 and feel like you're running out of time financially, listen to me. I felt the same way. This is what I found out. You're going to have to do things differently. If you're over 50 and broke and feel like you're running out of time financially, that's five things I want you to stop doing right now. Let's get into this. Listen to me. I'm Mike, and there's five things that I've stopped doing when I ran into trouble. I'm no expert, but I'm telling you what I've done, and hopefully this information will help you as well. Listen to me. There's five things I want you to do. Now stay tuned to the very end because the fifth thing is the most important thing. It's just one of those things that helped me the most. Early in my career, I made a number of serious mistakes, both clinically and in my decision making, that led to legal consequences, lawsuits, and ultimately the loss of my dental license. I'm a licensed and practicing dentist right now. Everything's fine. My license is good, clean, clear, no restrictions. But I did make some dumb mistakes early in my career that I'm not proud of. What I've learned rebuilding for that is exactly what I want to talk to you right now. As I said, there's five things I want you to stop doing. The first thing I want you to stop doing is number one, stop depending on hard work. Start creating value. What does that mean? Here's the first thing that I would do. I would stop believing that working harder is going to fix this. You've already worked hard your whole life. Instead, I want you to do this. Sit down and write out one skill, one talent, one desire you have that you could use to help other people. Just sit down. What skill do you have? What thing you know how to do? If it's painting, writing, cooking, cleaning, fixing cars, what skill? What's the one thing that you know how to do without any kind of problems? You can do it in your sleep. That will help someone else. Start thinking about that. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be something small. Nothing's too small. What can you do right now, right this second, that you could do that will possibly make money for you? Stop depending on hard work. Take your skill and begin to create value for others. Then ask yourself, how can I turn this skill into something that people will pay for? You know, the Bible says, now I'm not no like Jim Rome said, I'm no expert on the Bible, but I can tell you that it's helping me to get out of the situation that I am, and it'll help you as well. But you're going to have to read it and do what it says. Don't just read it. And it's not something that'll just it's not a miracle book, but it's a practical book that gets you out of your situations. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Read the Bible, it makes a big difference. But you don't need another job. You need to use what you have in a different way. The second thing I want to tell you is stop playing defense. Create new income streams. Stop trying to save your way out of being broke. That doesn't work. Here's what I want you to do. Commit to creating one new stream of income, even if it's small. Just like I said in step one. What talent do you have? Your talent could be teaching something, consulting, selling a simple service. Don't rely on one source. Create more. Look at ways to create other streams of incomes. You already have the talent. Look at Rachel Ray, for example. She was a cook. She used to love to cook. She turned that skill she had into $1 million or maybe $1 billion, I don't know, empire. Just from cooking. You have a skill. Everyone has a talent. Figure out what one skill you could do. You could do it in your sleep. You might have your family tell you, man, this dude makes the best barbecue in the world. You know, maybe that could be your talent. Or someone says, man, when she makes those hamburgers, it'll make you slap your mama. It's so good. Anyway, listen, the point is everyone has a talent. Everyone has a skill, one thing they can do in their sleep. Think about that. Think about what's the one skill I could have that I really worked at this thing. I could turn it into an income stream, separate from what you're already doing. Start thinking about that. That's another income stream. The third thing I want you to do is stop saying it's too late. That's a big one for me. I needed to stop saying it's too late. Man, when I lost my license, I thought the world was ending. I had already been practicing for 20 years. I had my own office. Matter of fact, I had two offices. I had my own dental offices. I had staff. I had patients. I had everything. I was living large, big house, Porsches, Corvettes, all that stuff, flying lessons. I thought everything was fine. But I wasn't focusing on the bottom line. And I get to more of that in detail later. But the bottom line is when I lost my dental license, I thought my life was over. I thought it was too late. I'm too old. Nothing's going to work for me. I've tried everything in the world. If I try to get a job, I'll be age discriminated, all the above. You have to stop thinking that. Stop thinking it's too late. This is what I want you to do. Every time that thought comes up, replace that thought with actions. Don't just sit there and say, oh man, it's too late. There's nothing I can do. No, when that thought comes in your mind, get up, do something differently. Why? Because that gets your mind off that thought. Action replaces thoughts. Don't just sit there and listen to those thoughts in your head saying it's too late, or you're too old, or they're not going to hire you. Those are thoughts. Replace thoughts with action. Do different things that are positive. Figure out that one skill you want to have that you have. Learn more about that. Do detail, do research. Get better at that one skill. Learn, take that one skill and say, how can I make this skill more valuable? Again, you're taking action. You're not just sitting there thinking about, oh, it's too late, it's too late. Remember, action replaces thoughts. When you get those bad thoughts in your mind, don't just sit there and wallow in those thoughts. Replace those thoughts with actions. And the fourth thing I want you to do, learn how money works. You might say, now, Mike, I already know how money works. I haven't gotten to be 50 years old being dumb and stupid. That's what I thought. That's what I thought too. There's a whole lot about money that we don't know. Now, I'm not saying you're going to have to be the next Warren Buffett or Bill Gates or anybody like that, but you have to learn how money works. Learn how to use money to your benefit. The purpose of money is not like poor people, they think money, the purpose of money is used to pay bills. Middle class people, the purpose of money, they think is to be used to pay bills and get good credit so they can buy things they don't really want to impress people they don't really care about. Rich people, wealthy people think the purpose of money is to buy assets. So different classes think differently about money. I want you to do the same thing. Now, the purpose of money, I didn't learn this. I learned it from a guy named Myron Golden who wrote a book called Trash Man to the Cash Man. I'm not selling that book at all. I'm recommending that get into a reading habit, read books like Myron Golden, Robert Kiyosaki, things like that on how money works. The Trash Man to the Cash Man by Myron Golden is one of my all-time favorite books. So go to his website. I'm not trying to sell anything. He sells it online. Read his book, learn how money works. Or read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. The point is, yeah, you might be 50 years old, but you may not know how money works. You may think the purpose of money is differently from what you think it is. The poor think one way, the middle class think one way, the rich think a totally different way. So I want you to learn how money works. That's the fourth thing I want you to do is stop thinking one way about money and learn how money works. Let me get to the fifth thing. This is the most important thing. I want you to shift from survival to creation. What does that mean? Stop asking, how do I get by? How do I make it these next few years? What do I do? Start asking yourself, what can I create that solves a real problem for someone else? That gets back into what I said in the first two options. You have to learn to create value. You're going to have to learn how to do something that other people will gladly take the money out of their pocket and give it to you because you created value. Think about all the wealthy people. You know why they're wealthy? Because they create value. Think about like a NBA ball player. People pay big money to watch those guys play basketball. Why? Because they've worked on their craft for so long, they've gotten so good that people will pay money in their pocket to go watch these guys play basketball. They created entertainment value for them. Think about actors. They create value. They studied their craft for years. They've gotten real good at it. People will gladly take the money out of their pocket to pay to see them perform. The same thing for you. You have a talent too. Work at your talent, get real good at it. Not going to take over. It's not going to be an overnight thing, but you're going to get so good at it, or get so good at it, that people will gladly take the money they have in their pocket for the value that you've created. And look, everyone has a skill, everyone has a talent. Decide what skill or talent you have and work at it. Learn all about it, get really good at it, and you'd be surprised how people will gladly pay you the money they have in their pocket for the value that you've created. So those are the five things I want to tell you. You're not. It's not too late. Just because you're over 50 and you might be struggling financially, it's not too late. Don't ever give up. Don't ever think that, oh, I'm never gonna make it. What I want you to do is, you may feel like you've lost time. You may feel like you've made too many mistakes. I understand that. I thought that. I've lived that. But you're not finished. You just need a different approach and a discipline to follow through. That's what I'm doing right now. Am I where I want to be? No. But I'm glad to be on the road that I've gotten to the point where I've stopped doing those things that I used to do in the past, and I want you to stop those things as well because it'll make a real difference in your life. Now, listen to me. If you're serious about turning this thing around, subscribe to this channel. Go down to the bottom of click the thumbs up button or even the thumbs down button. If you don't like it, put in the comments what you don't like. That's fine. Uh, your negative comments will help me help someone else. So by you telling me what you don't like about the channel, thank you. You helping me help someone else. And I'll be back next time with some more practical advice on how to rebuild your finances, create income, and move forward, even if you feel like time is running out. Now, if this message has helped you, share it with someone else who needs to hear it. That's it. That's all I have for today. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.